Hi student, welcome to botany class. Today we are going to see the modification of roots. So in the previous video we have discussed about the region of roots and the types of root and the function of root. So these are things we already discussed. Now we are going to see the modification of roots. How the roots are modified. We have already learned there are two types of root are present in angiosperm plants. There are taproot and the adventitious root. So what is the taproot? It will be formed from the radicle and it is prolonged and persistent. It acts as a primary root. This primary root is further divided to form the branches. This branch is again to give rise to the branches. So these are collectively called secondary roots. Okay. But the adventitious root is just quite different from the taproot. What is the adventitious root? So in this group of plants, especially it's seen in monocot plant, the adventitious root is very common features for monocot plants. This group of the plant, they form the primary root. It will be derived from the radicle, but is not persistent. The primary root is short-lived. So later, a number of root, it will be derived from any other part of the plant body. That is adventitious. Adventitious means it is not a natural or it is not a common. So, commonly the root are derived from radicle. But in this group of plant, the root develops from the radicle, but it is short-lived. After that, there are many root-like structures will form from other than the radicle or any other part of the plant body. That is adventitious root. Are you clear? So, now we are going to see modification. So, in function of the root, we are discussing some things. The primary function of the root is to absorb the water, mineral salt from the soil, and the second primary function is it helps to fix the plant on the soil. So apart from this, the root do some special function, that is a secondary function. For that, the root structure it will be modified depending on the secondary function. Okay, so the root modification is also the similar like the secondary function of the root. It's a overall flow chart. It will be clearly explained how the root are modified to perform a special function. Mostly the root modification, it will be helpful for the propagation, vegetative propagation. Some exception is there, but very common the root modification is mainly helpful for propagation. Okay, so the root modification, there are two types of root, the taproot modification and adventitious root modification. In the taproot, depending on the function, that is it may be store the food material, that is a storage. Some taproot is grow negative geotrophic. Actually the root are grow positive geotrophic, towards the positive, towards the soil, that means positive geotrophic. But the breathing root are negative geotrophic. They grow above the soil. The name itself has the meaning, breathing root. So, it's a special root. This root has a special structure, that is a nematophore. This nematophore is helped to exchange the gases. Okay, that is a breathing root. And in the adventitious root, we already know that what is the adventitious root. It's not formed from the radicle. It will be formed from other than the radicle or any other part of the plant body. So the adventitious root for the function, it may be act as a storage or mechanical support or vital function. Storage means it's very common, it stores the food material. Mechanical support. So some adventitious root is helped to provide additional support to the particular plants. That is a mechanical support. and then vital function. But in this area, it's not a function of the root, it's a special kind, it's an exception case. That is a vital function. So in the vital function, we are going to see the epiphytic root, foliar root, sucking root, and photosynthetic root, like that. Okay, so we are entered to the topic root modification. So first one, we are seeing the taproot modification. So taproot modification, there are two taproot modification. First one is storage, second one is breathing. Storage is store the root, it will be stored the food material, as so it will be modified in the structure. Okay, so in the storage root, first we are going to see the conical root. Conical, cone-like structure. This root has a cone-like structure. And it is broad at the base. It is broad at the base and gradually tapering at the apex. That is a base, it is broad and gradually it will be tapering at the apex region. That is a root apex, it is a base of the root. Okay, so it looks like what? Cone-like structure. Example, Cactus carota, that is carrot. It's a binomial name. Carrot binomial name is Cactus carota. And second one, fusiform root. So here it will be broader in the middle region. The root, it will be broad in the middle region, and both the end it will be tapered. So these roots are swollen in the middle and tapering towards the both end, both the base and the apex. So example for the fusiform root, Rhamnus sativus. Rhamnus sativus, that is radish. So radish binomial name is Rhamnus sativus. Napiform root. So it is very broad at the apex. It is very broad at the apex and suddenly tapering like a tile at the base. It is very broad at the apex and suddenly it will be tapering like a tile-like structure. You see the bumper. So it is that is a napiform. That is a napiform. It will be broad at the apex and suddenly tapering towards the base. Example, Beta vulgaris, B2. So the binomial name of beetroot is Beta vulgaris. So that is these three types of the taproot modification, especially for storage purpose. Especially for storage purpose, that is a conical form, fusiform, napiform. We see that now another taproot modification, that is breathing root. So already I told you what is the breathing. It is negatively geotrophic. It is not common for all group of plants, especially those plant is growing in the mangrove forest. So mangrove forest. So in this region, the water salt content is very high. Water salt content is very high. So the water will be highly saturated. So that's why the oxygen deficiency is happened in this group of plant. They want to rectify. They produce the negative geotrophic root. That is a breathing root. Negative geotrophic root, that is a breathing root. So this is a breathing root, negative geotrophic. So some mangrove plants like Abyssinia, Rhizopora and Burgillia is developed a special kind of root that are negatively geotrophic. That is very important. All the root are positively geotrophic, negatively phototrophic. But the breathing root is negatively geotrophic. That is very important for the respiration purpose. That means gaseous exchange. Because the soil becomes saturated with water and aeration is very poor. So it will be highly saturated. So that's why the aeration is very poor. They have a number of breathing pores. That is very important. In the breathing root, they have a number of pores. That is a nematophore. The particular pore is called nematophore for exchange of gases. This pore is help for exchange of gas. That is a breathing route. So that's all about the taproot modification. So in the taproot modification, only the two types, that is a storage modification and another breathing route. In storage modification is further divided into three types based on the shape, that is a conical form, fishy form, nappy form. In breathing route is a special structure for the mangrove plants. Some of the root it grow negatively geotrophic and is contain the pore-like structure. And it contain the pore-like structure. This pore-like structure it will be held for. It will be held for the exchange of gases. Let's we see the adventitious root modification. So what is the adventitious root? Again we can repeat. So those roots are formed other than the radicle or any other part of the plant body. That is adventitious. The adventitious root modification also treated. There is a storage root modification, mechanical support, vital function. That is adventitious root. It's a storage. Some example, it store the food material. It is a mechanical support. So some root it will be formed from the branches and grow towards the soil. Initially it's a aerial root, but it will grow towards the soil and it make a prominent structure and it acts as a support for the particular branches. So there is a vital function. So this kind of the root, it will be hanging freely in the air and is help to absorb the water and mineral form. Okay, so that is a vital function. So in the storage root, so a storage adventitious root, that is very important. So storage, not storage taproot, it's a storage adventitious root modification. First one is tuberous root. These roots are swollen without any definite shape. But in taproot we can see the shape, cone shape. Cone shape, that is a conical, and fusiform shape, and nappy-form shape. But they do not have any definite shape. The tuberous roots are produced singly. Only one will be formed, not in a cluster. That is a tuberous. Example, Ipomea patatas. Example, sweet potato. So it's a binomial name for sweet potato. Ipomea patatas. Okay. Fasciculated root. So here cluster form, but in tuberous only the single, but in fasciculated cluster form. So the root are in a cluster form at the base of the stem. It's also swollen structure. It don't have any definite state. So what is the difference between the tuberous and the fasciculated mean? Tuberous it form only one tuberous structure is present, but in fasciculated cluster of structure will be present. Example, dahlia and the asparagus. On nodulous root, in this type of the root, the swelling occur only near the tip region, not fully, only near the tip region. Example, Maranta, Curcuma amantha and Curcuma larga. So Curcuma larga is a turmeric, Curcuma amantha is a mango ginger, and Maranta is a arrowroot. So here, so that is a adventitious root, but the swelling is occur only the tip of the root. That is a nodulous root. Next, Maloniform or the bead root. Maloniform or bead root. This root swell at frequent interval, giving them a bead-like structure. Giving them the bead-like structure in a given interval, it will be swelling, and some non-swelling region, and again swelling and non-swelling region, like that. It looks like what? It's a bead-like structure. Example, Vetice, that is a grapes. Proteoleca, that is generally called Purpukiri, Proteoleca, and Momadica, that is Pagarka, is generally called Pagarka. Momadica is a Pagarka. So the swollen at frequent interval. So the frequent, and it look a bead-like structure. Whitish means grapes. Protleca, that is purpurine, and Omantica, that is pagarkai. And next, annulated root. This root have a series of ring-like structure. A series of ring-like structure. And swelling on the surface and at a regular interval. Example, Psychotia. Example, Psychotia. Next, mechanical storage is over. Now we are going to see mechanical support. In storage, what all things we have discussed in adventitious root? First one is the tuberous root, and second one fasciculator cluster, and third one nodulus, that is swelling, it presents only the tip region, and then moniliform, that is the swelling is occur in the tip in a regular interval, and then annulator, ring-like on the surface, it looks like ring-like structure. And finally, we are next move to the second type of adventitious root modification, that is mechanical support. Prop root or pillar roots. Prop root or pillar root. It's act as an additional support to the plants. These roots grow vertically downwards. From the lateral branches. Into the soil. Example, the Ficus bengaliensis, that is a banyan tree, and Indian rubber tree. Once again repeat, it's vertically downwards. It grows vertically downwards. It will be formed from the lateral branches into the soil. Example, Ficus bengaliensis and Indian rubber. Next, stem root or brass root. These are a thick root growing oblique. It's a thick root, it will grow oblique. From the basal node of the main stem. So it is a node region. It provides a mechanical support. Example, Saccharum officinarum, that is sugar cane. Saccharum officinarum, Geomais, Pantanus, Rhizopora. So these are the examples for the steel or brass root. So the another mechanical support, that is a climbing or clinging root. So most of the parasitic plants. So these roots are produced from the node of the stem. These roots are formed from the node of the stem. So this plant cannot able to grow straight, so it needs a support. So that's why the root is formed from the node of the stem, which attach themselves to the support and is help in climbing. Okay, so it will be hold the supporting plant. The root are formed from the node of the stem. To ensure the foothold, that is support, on the support they secrete a sticky juice which dry up in the air and attaching the root to the support. So first they secrete some juice-like structure, and on the surface the root will be spread. When it will be dry up in the air, it will be tightly fixed with the support plant. Example, pepper beetle, vetrillate, pepper beetle. Next, the butter's root. Certain tree, the plant-like, that is very important, broad, the plant-like outgrowth, a develop toward the base all around the trunk. So it is a plant-like structure all around the trunk, and grow oblique downwards and give the support to huge trunk of the tree. This is an adaptation for the tall rainforest tree. Example, Bombax, Sabia, that is red silk cotton tree, and Saiba pentandrus, white silk cotton tree, and Dionis regia and Bombax. So here it's a tropical rainforest tree. So the plant-like structure, it will be formed and grow downwards. and all around the trunk, it will help to support. That is a buttress root. Next, vital function. So, mechanical function is over. Next, we are going to see the vital function. In mechanical function, we are discussing the three types. One is the prop root or pillar root. Second one is tilt root. And third one is clinging root or climbing root. And fourth one is the butter root. Next, we are going to see the vital function. The epiphytic or velament root, especially for the orchids or epiphytic plants, they produce the hanking root. Clinging root and a hanking root. The hanking root is freely floating on the air. So, this contains a special type of tissues on the tip, that is a velament tissues. They help to absorb the water and mineral salt from the atmosphere. Okay. So, it's a epiphytic. Some epiphytic orchid develop a special kind of aerial root which hang freely in the air. So, that is the velament root. Okay. This root develop a spongy tissues is called velament, which help to absorb the moisture from the surrounding air or from the atmosphere. Example, vanda and dendrobium. And second one, foliar root. It is a mean for the vegetative propagation, especially for bryophyllum. The leaf, it produces a number of foliar bud. So, this bud later develop to form a root-like structure. When it detach from the parental body, it develops into a new plant body. The root are produced from the vein or lamina of the leaf for the formation of the new plant. Example, bryophyllum and begonia. And another one vital function, that is a sucking or hostoral root. So, here some specialized root-like structure, it will be formed from the parasitic plant, and it will be penetrate inside the host stem. It will contact with both xylem and phloem or anyone, either xylem or phloem, and it get the nourishment. So, that is a hostoria or sucking root. These roots are found in parasitic plant. The parasite develop a adventitious root from the stem, which penetrate into tissues of the host plant and sucking the nutrient. Example, Cuscuta, Casset and Orbunch, Viscum and Dendrobat. So, these are the examples for sucking or hostoral root. And another the vital function, that is final one, photosynthetic or assimilatory root. So, some of the climbing or epiphytic plant, they develop the chlorophyll containing the root, and it grown in green, which is help for photosynthesis. Example, Tinospora, Trapa, Natanus and Teniophylum. So, these are the examples for photosynthetic root. Thank you, student. That's all about the root modification. Next class, we are going to see the stem, that is a shoot system. Root system is over. In the next class, we are going to see the shoot system. Thank you.